Hello and welcome to Cool Breeze, where you get all your week's political buzz. Well, the Haryana elections are well underway, and the Congress does seem to be poised to make a comeback in the state. But then, being the Congress, there is, of course, once the minute it senses power, the infighting and the turf war and the war for spoils begins. So we saw Kumari Selja sulking. She refused to campaign because a lot of her supporters were not given tickets by Bhupinder Singh Hooda. Why is that important? Because when it comes to choosing a chief minister, it is the MLAs who will also have a say as to deciding who gets to be the next chief minister, which is why Bhupinder Singh Hooda wanted more of his people accommodated, and likewise for Kumari Selja, but she didn't get a say. So she sulked and refused to campaign. She was also not present in the manifesto release. Neither was Randeep Surjewala, but it was Kumari Selja sulk that really got all the headlines. She is a prominent Dalit face, and as you know, in Haryana, it is caste rather than religion that is a voting decider. The Jats, which is what Bhupinder Singh Hooda is, form the bulk, about 25%, but the Dalits are also a formidable chunk, at about 20 to 22%, and then comes the OBCs, which are actually more, about 30 to 35%, but the OBCs also come in various subsects and castes, which is why each political party is wooing these three major vote banks. Hooda, as I said, did not accommodate Selja, and so she sulked. It was time then for Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, to step in. Rahul Gandhi was away in the United States. It was Kharge and him. In fact, this is where we see again the way he does damage control, because ever since he's become a Congress president, he had to handle the Sachin Pilot versus Ashok Gehlot, the DK Shivkor versus Siddaramaiah. He got all the warring factions to come, sit together, and worked out some kind of a peace. So at least they were there in public sharing the same dais. Again with Selja, he invited her over. First he spoke to Bhupinder Singh Hooda and he told him कि आप 24-25% के वोट पे इतना भावी नहीं होइए. Means there are other, don't just count on your Jat vote, you need the Dalit vote also. So try and accommodate other leaders also. Kumari Selja was then called, and as you know, Mallikarjun Kharge is a Dalit himself, and he's someone who's really come up the hard way within the party. To become Congress president. To her, he gave virtues of patience. He spoke about his own story and said, look, your turn will come, just be patient. This is the Congress way. Somehow he managed a compromise, and when Rahul Gandhi came back from the US, Kumari Selja had agreed to campaign, and both Selja and Hooda were there actually on a dais together at the Rahul Gandhi rally in Haryana. So that is actually the way Mallikarjun Kharge really functions. The second is he is the Congress president. But now let's take a look at the BJP president. As you know, JP Nadda's term had come to an end in June, but he got an extension for 6 months, which is in January. Now, who will be the next BJP president is very interesting, because that will also show how much of a hold the RSS has over the party. As you know, at present, there is a sort of turf war going on between Prime Minister Modi, Amit Shah, and the RSS. We see the RSS leaders, various leaders taking a dig at Modi now and then. कि सबको भगवान नहीं समझना चाहिए, and various kind of other comments are being made by none other than even Mohan Bhagwat. We are told that the RSS does have some candidates in mind. It is very keen to accommodate Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who is also obesity face like Prime Minister Modi, or else Vasundhara Raje Scindia, who is someone who I think of the two, Modi would probably prefer Shivraj Singh Chauhan other than Vasundhara Raje, but mass leader in her own right, or else Sanjay Joshi, who is a Modi Betanoa. He has baited Modi. They too had a huge problem in Gujarat, and Sanjay Joshi was eased out at that time, which showed a win for Modi. But now is the RSS keen to bring him back again? If it does, that would be a real public snub to Prime Minister Modi, and I don't think the RSS is right now in a position or inclination really to take on someone, a leader who's brought the party back to power 3 times and is still the party's best bet for staying on in power. So I don't think they'll bring in Sanjay Joshi, but however, the other two names are being considered. And on the other side, I think Amit Shah and Prime Minister Modi are best comfortable with Manohar Lal Khattar, the former Haryana Chief Minister, who enjoys a very good personal equation with Prime Minister Modi. So he is a name that they would be comfortable with. The other formula that is being suggested is that let JP Nadda continue as president and have a working president to do the job until we appoint a proper full-time president. In that list, you can look at somewhat junior level leaders here. Devendra Fadnavis, Anurag Thakur's name is doing the round. Sunil Bansal's name is doing the round. Some people even said Smriti Irani, but I think Smriti Irani more suited or tipped to be Delhi chief ministerial face. as we spoke about earlier. So all these names combinations are doing their own important, because as I said earlier, they will give us an indication not just about what will happen to BJP and the party. I think because it will also say who has a bigger sway on the party, RSS or the Modi Shah duo. So watch this space. By January we should know, because January is when Nadda's term finishes. So we should know some indications in the coming months. And finally, is Sunil Jhakar all set to quit the BJP? Sunil Jhakar is currently the Punjab State Unit Chief of the BJP. If you recall, he left the Congress and joined the BJP because he was miffed that he was not being promoted as a chief ministerial face when Amrinder left and they promoted Channi. Sunil Jhakar left in a huff, but the BJP, I think, it doesn't have any similar plans for him. In fact, he is seeing that Ravneet Singh Bittu, another Congress export who got tested from Ludhiana but lost, but has been given a Rajya Sabha ticket from Rajasthan and has been given a ministerial berth, is being accommodated. Avneet Singh is Bittu is Behan Singh's former chief minister's grandson, and someone whom the BJP seems to be promoting more than Sunil Jhakar. So that seems to be galling for him, and he has stayed away from a lot of party events, leading to this speculation. In fact, even during the Lok Sabha election, Jhakar it is being said was very keen for a tie-up with the Shiromani Akali Dal, but the BJP top leadership nixed that because the BJP wanted more seats than the Akali Dal was willing to give.